All right, hello, welcome to the first race of the season for Tier 3. Tactics, so joined by Van Beats in the commentary for you guys today. Kicking off the season in Melbourne. It's going to be a wet race for you guys today. Van, how excited are you to start Tier 3 off?
This is going to be an amazing first race for these drivers. We have a full grid tonight, no reserve drivers, so everything is on the line for every driver here. It's going to be an interesting race, especially since we're going to have a wet race. So we're going to see how this will affect quality, like what kind of setups people are going to be using, and what kind of times as well.
Yep.
So I'm interested to see.
For sure, yeah, I'm
who will
excited
come
as
out
well.
on top.
Looks like, just heads up for all our viewers, you might see some people going on hot laps after the session has ended. That's just a bug on the spectators' end. In fact, they are not going on before quali, although they can do that. But again, bit of a broken game at the moment. You know what? Nothing else is new. First out of the grid was the Williams of Itchy Soup.
Actually, it's atmosphere.
Oh, yeah, you're right. I didn't see him on the mini-map there. He's all grayed out for me. So our top three from last season ended up in Tier 2. So there should be a heavy championship battle from beginning to end in this year. Let me know how the audio levels are at the moment. Chat.
I believe this is the first time Tier 3 will be going for a full season, so
Yep.
there's a lot more room to work with. We don't get points right away. A lot more opportunities and more chances here as the atmosphere begins the first hot lap of Tier 3. Oh, Quirk got in the way and he has to slow down. He's not gonna be happy
Quirk,
about
my
that.
boy. It's going to be frustrating for him. Syntax is next one to start his lap. Yeah, that's wide open. Going to turn 3 here. Oh, it touches the grass under braking a little bit. That'll compromise this turn 3, but decent through the next few corners. That's a lift there. Struggled slightly to turn 7, I believe. Or 6. Down at second for that corner. And here's the trickiest part of the circuit here. Does very well actually. Has a purple middle sector for Syntaxis. Has the Racing Point of Pfeiffer up ahead. I don't think there should be too much to worry about though, as it comes to the penultimate corner. Mr. said 27.6, but that was a little bit impeded. Now Syntaxis was a nice little toast. That's a 124.7. We'll see how long that one will last. Jim Bob coming across the line now. Before the Itchy now, 24.2s are currently our provisional pole sitter. I'm right on board with Cappy here as he starts third sector in the banana car. I'm sure these qualifying times won't be too indicative of the pace, as most of them will be running, or at least should be running, their wet setups for the race. Cappy is going up for P2. The Renault lockout at the moment. Bacon Juice. He's the next one to start the start-finish straight. He's going up for P5. Alpha Tori next up. SoCal Blazer. setting a 1:23.9, 6 thousandths ahead of Peach. Good enough for a second row at the moment. Pfeiffer invalidated his lap, so he's going to be starting another one. Blue Cow starting the third sector now. Top 3 from last season who got promoted from Tier 3 into Tier 2 were Rosefest, who won last night in Tier 2. He was second in championship. The Action, who was our winner in Tier 3 last season, and Astro. Those 3 were promoted from Tier 3 into Tier 2. All 3 of them raced, or 2 of them raced yesterday as a Blue Cow. Just outside the top 10 currently. Looks like Pfeiffer's continuing his hot lap, or continuing after invalidating his first one. Looks like
definitely looking to do good here.
Knopf's good enough for P10. Pushes Eiston to P11. But yeah, back on board now with Pfeiffer. Keep it safe through the fast left right. Yeah, still a Renault 1-2 at the moment. With Slick, or one of our OG members, returning for F1 2020. Currently 3/10 clear of his teammate, as Pfeiffer breaks into top 10 with a 135.3. 25.3, sorry. Good lap from him. And looks like most people are currently either out on hot laps or sorry, in the pits or on laps, as Radical starting his lap. Stay on board with him. Heavy lock up in the front right.
He's having a good sector one at the moment. Purple sector.
Yeah. Him and Fife, I believe, the only 2 who moved down from Tier 2 last season. Let's see if their Tier 2 experience will help them out in this race today. And qualifying is actually really, really important here, as not only is it a wet track, but Australia is just a difficult track to overtake on, so I think most of our overtakes today will be either due to strategy or due to mistakes from drivers, as you see Radical starting to finish his lap here. So far, yeah, so far very, very tidy from him. Nice, and early on the power. He's not going to be good enough for pole, but it's good enough for P3 with a 123.6. Trash Panda is going to cross the line next. Set his first time to 134 flat, P6 for him. We're going to watch Itchy Soup here.
Just coming up to some traffic. Right behind Jim Bob. We're going to outlap. Hopefully Jim will let him through, but I don't think he will, and that's going to cause a little bit of issues there. That'll cost him quite a bit of time.
No one's spinning in the fast left right yet, which is good to see. Of course, most of these guys did race in Australia last season with us. Also in Tier 3, as Soup has to correct some oversteer there. Maybe coming across the line now. Can he improve from P8? He can.
You,
That's 8/10 quicker than his
yeah,
first lap. Good enough
really
for
good.
P3.
I think if you didn't get impeded by Jim Bob a bit, definitely could have grabbed the pole there.
Yeah.
And actually,
Peach,
we're seeing a
ooh.
little fight going on.
Yeah, Peach and Williams, I believe that's going to be either Ravioli or... Yeah, it's going to be Ravioli who might have been Peter Peach there, who improved by 4/10, but I think that must have been invalidated or something. We got the Red Bull of Eiston next to come across the line. This might be a really good lap here, actually. And P9, improvement of 1.7 seconds. Great job from him. Next up, we've got a Ferrari EV500 coming across the line, and I think that might have been impeded as well, and go a little bit wide in turn 1. We've got Slick now, currently on pole, and actually decides to jump into the pits there as the no, that's not Bacon Sushi. Well, running about with Refrax here. He's gonna set his first time of the session. Down into 4th for turn 1. Staying away from the curb on the inside until turn 1. Very high on the revs. Stays in 7th. In turn 2 or turn 3 goes a little bit too wide there, but actually helps him to keep the momentum going through turns 3 and 4. And that's a purple first sector for Refrax. Staying away from the curbs though, so lots of time to be found. Lock up in the front right. But again, staying off the curbs. Early on the power. This will be a decent lap from him so far.
He's doing really well.
Yeah. Oh, goes a little bit too wide there. That's going to be invalidation, I believe. I don't see a red minimap on my screen, but that was a fairly decent corner cut. But otherwise, you know, those 2 corners he messed up on a little bit, but otherwise, a very good lap from him. He's going to keep going here. I'm sure that cost him a little bit of time, but he's going to come across the line to finish his lap. Should have enough time for a second one as he goes provisionally on pole. 7/10 clear of Slick.
Yeah, wow.
Huge lap from him.
Definitely a little bit luck from the corner play, but a good lap.
Yep, Syntaxis next to come across the line. Can he improve from P14? No, I think that was a... Oh, I think he must have avoided that one. Pfeiffer now coming across the line. Up into P10. Good improvement from him. Got a Haas diving into the pits.
There's a Ferrari 500. I think he's on low fuel mode. I can definitely relate to this last night.
Yeah. We'll watch Trash Panda as he's starting his hot lap. Most people are on out laps at the moment. Out laps or in laps. Takes a lot of curb on the inside there. Up into 8th. Down to 5th though. It's a good exit from him. Short shifting up to 4th there and apex of that corner. Let's see how he does with this difficult section. Pretty good, pretty good. TRS open. Got about 3 minutes left in quali, although I'm not sure how... Oh, that's going to be a spin and into the wall goes Trash Panda. Just catching a little bit of oversteer as he runs over that curb. He should have enough time to pit for fresh tires. As we'll bumper with Slick here, we'll see if he can snatch pole right back away from Refrax. understeer through the last few corners, but he's going to come across the line. Will he improve on his time? No, 2/10 slower that time. Let's see who else is on a hot lap here. Got Radical in the Racing Point. More lockups now for him. Again on the front right. And more lockups again. So time to so a 6/10 an improvement for him. He splits the two Renaults at the moment. A lap from him. Watch Ichisup complete his lap. Nice and tidy so far. Currently at P5. He's just over a 10th slower than Cap. He was in P4. But yeah, 1 full second separates P1 and P4 at the moment. As Ichisup comes across the line, it's P2. Wow, great lap from him. 2/10. 2.5 tenths shy of Refrax in pole position. And it's a purple middle sector from him as well. Blue Cow coming across the line now. He's 18th. Doesn't improve on his lap. Got the Haas Atmosphere. I think he's going to be finishing his lap. Yes, he will be. A little bit short on ERS here. I wonder if that's going to affect his pace. 24.0 to B. Yeah, it's going to decrease just slightly slower than that. As we have a retirement from Pfeiffer. And that is in the pits.
So if I'm right, Trash Panda should be able to do a lap, right? He's on an out lap, and there's 10 seconds left.
Yeah, but what we see right now on our timing screens, at least yesterday, it was wrong. Like, I think there's still about 1 minute left in quali right now. So even though it says session is over, I believe, yeah, I can see them still driving. So
people are retiring.
people are retiring. I think those people probably in the pits don't have enough time to complete a lap.
Ravioli will finally do a lap here, and he will put us up to 16. Oh, and he might spin on track. Oh, he's good.
Let's see if Refrax can extend his advantage. Actually, I think he's 3 seconds slower this lap. Must have made a mistake somewhere in the lap. That'll give Peach a chance to take pole position now. Have a look at this lovely black Mercedes livery on your screens. Thank you, Codemasters, for taking 2 weeks what most modders did in a couple days. SoCal Blazer coming across the line. Does not improve on his time. Trash Panda now, one of the last to be on a lap.
He's up on his time.
Oh, yeah, well, that's the second time he's done that actually, in the same spot.
He's on the same exact time as Atmosphere, which is crazy because that's exciting. Oh, never mind, it's in the rain, but it's cool to see.
Does he improve on his time? I don't think he will. We actually have the same time between Atmosphere and Trash Panda. Which I guess Atmosphere set his time first, so he's going to be starting ahead of him. And that's your qualifying session complete. Refrax takes the first pole of the season with a 122.3. Just 2.5 tenths behind is Ichisup. And the Peach rounds out the top 3. So yeah, like these two neck and neck in that quali. Luckily no oh, we've got a grid penalty for Quirk who had some illegal blocking. I haven't seen that.
Yeah, that might have been from that first lap from someone, I forgot. when we saw him.
So that was Quirk 50. And so he's going to be starting from the back of the grid. Other than that, here is your starting grid. So interesting to see how many of these guys elected to go for more dry setup to get that pole or that track position rather than having pace in the race. You know, you can defend your position pretty easily on this track, especially in the wet without DRS. But obviously you risk losing it and losing out on the race entirely as we're getting set for lights out. So last night I asked the chat to predict the amount of safety cars. Most people said 4. We had 0. Here's your chance to redeem yourself. I think we will have at least 1 safety car.
Yeah, rain definitely will guarantee that.
Maybe, you know, just, all it takes on this track is just a momentary lapse of concentration and overconfidence on throttle, and you're into the wall. But I'm hoping at least the getaway in turn 1 will be kept clean. Got lots of I can hear the crowd more loudly than I can hear the cars themselves. As you can see, most people probably going for the 1 stop today. The inters can last pretty long. Everyone keeping it clean through the formation lap. Bit of a gap between SoCal and Cappy, but that's not to maintain a safe distance. But importantly, this race is going to be wet throughout the stint, as we have the EV500 sent back to the grid. Not sure what happened there between him and probably another driver. Luke has actually disconnected. Hopefully he'll be able to rejoin us in time for the race start.
There we go. First race of the season. Light rain conditions. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, Zaravioli actually goes wide into formation lap. But we are lining up and about to kick off season 5 for Tier 3. Really looking forward to seeing these next 12 races. Seeing how these guys improve. And Refrax going to be looking for a quick getaway from pole position. Got 3, 4, 5 lights in Melbourne in the soaking wet rain. And we've got a drive-through for Evie, but away we go. Decent start from Refrax. He's going to be ahead getting into turn 1. Everyone seems to be keeping it nice and clean. The two Haas's avoiding contact, but that's going to be Bacon Sushi going a little bit wide, as well as Pfeiffer going out wide as well. And it's going to be a Haas on the wall. That's Bacon Sushi again. This is going to be sideways on track. Oh, backs up in front of the Ferrari, but luckily actually ghosts through him. That was almost very, very bad.
Red Bull are off as well. gravel.
Yeah, and Trash Panda very slowly rejoins the track.
Yeah.
It's going to be a McLaren taking advantage of that. Side by side with Trash Panda, now it's Gnoff. More yellow flags up ahead. That's going to be someone off the track. That's Ravioli. Losing a few spots. As does Cappy, loses a spot to Rad. Already a pretty decent gap forming up ahead. Big and Juice in position with Syntaxis, who gets a better exit. Can we go nice and clean through these sweeping left-right handers? Everyone keeping it fairly clean.
Something in the back happening. That's McLaren Bacon Juice.
Yeah, it's Bacon Juice backwards on track. Has to reset the track now. But already some gaps beginning to form. Gnoff is in a Williams Red Bull sandwich at the moment. The Red Bull behind him actually gets a much better exit. Now Eyston and him are side by side. Not sure why. Okay, it's switching me to a different McLaren when I'm looking back.
Oh, someone's off again, I think. Yep, Syntax. Wow, that's really off there. Looks no wind damage to him.
Yeah, looking for a safe rejoin. Yeah, fair play to him. People were looking to pit. That's a Red Bull gone onto the grass. That's Pfeiffer trying to avoid him. Nice and losing position as a result.
Still chasing.
Battle's going up for 5th at the moment. The two Renaults very close to each other. And SoCal Blazer looking to capitalize on any mistakes here as well. Peach is well behind. Oh, Itchy Soup has a bad exit, and that's going to be P2 for Peach now. Is that Cappy losing position? Yeah. Loses one spot to SoCal. Atmosphere behind as well. Eyeing up the position. Pfeiffer behind Ravioli here. Ravioli who might be struggling right now in these wet conditions. As SoCal Blazer actually makes a mistake, I think.
Yeah, he is into the wall in front of the pits. He resets on track. No one was near, luckily.
He's going to be annoyed with himself there, but continuing now with pretty heavy wing damage though. Pfeiffer making a move on Ravioli, actually slight contact with him.
There's something up in front.
Jim Bob, yeah.
Jim Bob.
That's exit of turn 3 there. Cork behind him has to lift off a little bit. But Refrax managed to avoid that. He's got a 4.4 second gap already. And Radical has Slick go up his inside. P4 for Slick. Ison now battling Ravioli, who goes wide a little bit. That Atmosphere making a mistake. No, should be good. I think he might have gone a little bit wide, but keeping it conservative through this section of the track, which is going to claim, I think, a few people today. It's all about patience here as we start lap 4 now. Oh, Gnoff a little bit over eager on throttle there. I might be losing a position to Pfeiffer. Yeah, that's Pfeiffer up into P13. Oh, himself struggling on throttle now though. And that wheel spin is going to cause him that position. Something happened to Cappy there. Yeah, that's Cappy. Patrick starting from the top 5 now has 57 wing damage on his fronts, and I believe Syntax is gonna make this light work. Yep, it's gonna be a job done for him up to P10. Slick though, keeping the Rhino hopes alive. Gets a much better exit than Itchy Soup now. I wonder if these two guys will be battling it into this tricky section. And yeah, Itchy Soup has to let Slick go by there. That would have been a massive incident without that happening.
Bit of a train for you.
Yeah, Cap's got a bit of a chain with that front wing damage. Knopf has to make the move as soon as possible. Lift's going into that corner. And yeah, he can probably tell how much. Oh, has to push Cappy and gets wing damage as a result.
Now the Red Bull iced it. Oh, going into the middle.
Yeah, four car battle here. Pfeiffer on the outside manages to avoid it. Oh, Eiston comes back onto the racing line right in front of Groff there. That was very dangerous, but contact not made there, I don't think. A lot of these cars going wide and from the corner. Groff, a little bit of wheel spin there. Kathy spinning to repair that front wing. Pfeiffer doing a decent job. I think getting a little bit of time on Groff. Putting in an overtake now. Side by side going into turn 3. Pfeiffer gaining that position before the corner even started, so fair play to Groff for giving him space. Now he's got some fresh air up in front. Let's move back up to his teammate who's in 5th place at the moment. He's doing pretty well. And so is Slick as well in P3. See if any of these guys eye up a move into turn 1. Obviously no DRS available for them, but gaps are less than half a second. Slick sets the fastest time of the race, 37.4. Currently in that podium position. Maintaining pace with Peach ahead, but not finding the pace to overtake. And yeah, this will be the trend I think here today. Catches some oversteer, running over that curb. Ooh, Radical really high res. Catching some oversteer as well. Really struggling with lockups actually. If Itchy Soup ahead of him goes wide, that'll shorten the gap between them. Yeah, needs to get a good exit out of this corner, and nope, again has to catch the oversteer in the exit. Still though, this battle's going to continue. As again, Itchy Soup runs wide on the exit of that corner, and that's going to be job done for Rad. Says thank you very much. Up into P4. Got a sector 2 yellow flag. That's going to be Pfeiffer. Struggling with pace. He's got no damage, but I think he must have made a mistake somewhere. SoCal and Atmosphere battling for P13. Eiston is caught up to Syntaxis up ahead. Still plenty of ERS left to play with. Being nice and smooth through this first sector, gaining a bit of time ahead. Refrax, first opening laps, he gained a lot of time, but now the gaps seem to be fairly steady between him and the cars behind. I wonder if that's him just playing it safe, or perhaps he lost his mojo as Santakis goes wide, getting a time penalty and losing the position. Slick now has caught up to Peach by about half a second in that lap.
Oh, and Fife does the same thing as Syntax. This can cost a lot of time on that. I think it's just a matter of time and space to Slick get past Peach.
Yeah, you can tell. Do want to see the ERS usage. Oh, that's a lap back marker going wide in turn 3. Peach actually has a lot of ERS to work with. But again, going wide there, losing a bit of time. A lot of drivers struggling with understeer. Looks like Slick thinks about timing up the inside, but that's going to be a mistake that costs him about half a second. Gap between Eyston and Quirk is rapidly closing up, and that's because Eyston used a little bit of a... Oh, locks up both tires there into turn 3. And less than half a tenth separates him and the Merc up ahead. He needs to keep it patient throughout this technical sector.
The move. Nope.
And again, the lockups happening on the fronts. These folks need to decrease their brake bias a little bit. Looks like this game really really easy on the rears under braking, so usually people run around 50 to 51%. Eyston, half a second behind Quirk. Again, locking up his tires. I think on the straight is where we might see an overtake attempt, as long as the exit is clean. Yeah, right on the tail of Quirk now. Is he going to use the overtake button? Yes, he is. Quirk ahead. Is out of ERS himself. But I don't think there's going to be enough tarmac for an overtake to happen here. Eyston, can he make a better exit now that Quirk went a little bit wide? Yeah, he does, and he's going to make up a lot of time here. But again, not using overtake. Maybe time to play it safely until the next lap. And again, with the heavy lockups though, Cappy now. SoCal defending the inside. Cappy is struggling a little on straight line speed. Oh, but gets a much better exit now through than SoCal. It's gonna be a battle for P14, sorry, going into turn 3. Has a peak at the inside, but thinks better of it, and actually gives SoCal a tap. Who's SoCal's struggling maintaining speed through corners. As Refrax ahead sets fastest time. The gap's slightly increased since we last checked in on them.
Somehow really slow out of this corner here. It's gonna open the door for Cappy.
Yeah, and looks like Cappy needs no further invitation. As
behind them are the Bacons.
Yeah, Bacon as well, looking for the two Bacons, yeah, battling it out. As we see our first of the top 10 pitting, it's gonna be Jim Bob. SoCal still struggling now, under pressure from Sushi. I wonder if Jim Bob's gonna go for the 2-stop. Maybe his tire wear was too strong.
I guess if that pits there, but I think he would be going for it if he pits this early.
SoCal doesn't with pits. We still have, oh, he had wing damage. There we go. That's why he was struggling for pace. Ison and Quirk still battling it out there. As is Slick. Slick still battling for P2.
If Jim Bob is not careful, he could lose position to Janov and Viper here. And a minor slip up. Sector 1.
Yeah, battle for 1 point as Knopf. Thought about going around the outside, but that space quickly ran away.
Viper's creeping up right behind him too. Jim Bob going for a very aggressive defense.
Oh, that's Pfeiffer around the outside of the McLaren of Knopf. Caught napping was Knopf there in the McLaren. Now Pfeiffer up into P11. Couldn't move from him. Oh, as he almost rear ends Jim Bob there. But still up into P11. Good job from him. Oh, Jim Bob going very wide there. That's going to cost him a huge chunk of time. Pfeiffer with a lot of ERS to play with. Using that overtake. As the Syntax is the next one to pit. Jim Bob is on those fresh inters though, so he's going to have advantage just due to the tire freshness.
Oh, Quirk, be careful. That's Quirk spinning. Just ahead of Jim Bob here. Nice.
Yeah, we're going to see what happened to him. Oh, yeah, that's him. He's really struggling there. That promotes Jim Bob and Pfeiffer to P8 and P9. Five's still on the hunt. So we're gonna see most of the pit stops happening in around 2 to 3 laps time. Perhaps some will actually elect to go for the undercut. I think that might be a decent idea, depending on how bad their the current tire wear is. That's going to be a McLaren of Bacon Juice.
Unfortunate for him.
Trash Pan has cut up at Itchy. Yeah, but this really is an endurance race of sorts, you know. Wet conditions for 29 laps.
I think Cappy might be on the move on Quirk here. On the straight.
I'm going to follow that. I think both of them using overtake right now. Quirk has enough tarmac in front of him to maintain that position, but struggling a little bit to turn 1. Cappy getting a much better exit. Again, using overtake, using the slipstream as well. Using the inside of the track now. Quirk does not defend. And that's going to be job done. P12 for Cappy now after a good qualifying result from him. That's a Mercedes actually. Oh, it would have been very bad.
Exactly what happened last lap of Ice Team. Let's be careful.
Yeah, that would have been very bad. Almost a T-bone collision there. It's Radical, the first one in the top 5 to pit. Triggering that undercut, I believe. Let's see how much that works for him. This battle for P5 or for P2 has been going on for quite a while. Meanwhile, Knopf and Atmosphere. Taylor Piper just up ahead. Got a sector 3 yellow flag. That's a McLaren or a Mercedes of Quirk, who has had a light brush with the walls. Got 6% damage.
think we're about to see a disqualification from Ferrari. Oh, did he just tap him? He just keeps spinning.
Oh, what's going on?
He's been unable to get into the Dollar Stadium.
He might be oh, he's gonna be blocking the pit lane, isn't he? As Pfeiffer actually picks up a penalty. No, okay, avoid disqualification. Yeah, still struggling with those tires. If I'm slick right now, I'm gonna